It says mics there and I forgot. So again, those online, welcome to this afternoon. And yes, you are on the right channel. Laurie's doing the mediumship today and asked me to chair. So it's my pleasure to be here. And I feel as if I've come round full circle. And it's lovely to see. It's lovely to be in a church. So welcome to all. And thank you, Laurie, for this.
No, thank you, Tony.
And thank you for everything you've done.
No, pleasure. And to all you people watching at home, see, I'm not the only one that forgets to turn the mics on.
No. I usually turn them off so you don't hear me singing. So. Right, so we'll go straight forward and we'll ask Laurie for the opening prayer and we'll go forward with the service. So thank you, Laurie.
Thank you, Tony. Good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, everybody watching at home. Thank you for joining us. It's so lovely to see people back in the church. It really is. You don't know how much that means to us. Wonderful. So if you'd like to just draw close for this time, link in with that God of your own understanding. Reach out to the heart of all creation and link these two worlds now for this short time. And ask, Divine and Infinite Spirit, we give thanks for all that we have within our lives. We know that at this time, that may seem a strange statement, but when we look at our lives, we do have things to rejoice for. We do have that closeness with loved ones. We do have that new awakenings and understandings. And each and every day, we are given those opportunities to help and to assist others, laying our life in service for that which you have intended for all things. I would ask this day that my physical mind be stilled, and that I may speak truly and with the words given to me, both through the philosophy, the words of the reading, and during the mediumship. I lay myself now at your altar to be used for thine divine work. Amen.
Amen. And please join us in the opening, in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not when in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you. Ask Laurie now for the reading and address. Thank you, Laurie.
Thank you, Tony. It is actually a real joy to see Tony chairing today, because Tony was actually married here by my father. I've got to be careful how I say that. By my father.
Yes.
So, yes, yeah, it really is a pleasure to see you back with us, Tony. Thank you so much. So my reading today is taken from a very old book, first transcribed in 1897, called A Wanderer in the Spirit Lands. In the spirit world, there are a great number of different schools of thought, all containing the great fundamental eternal truths of nature, but each differing in many minor details, and also as to how these great truths should be applied for the advancement of the soul. They likewise differ as to how their respective theories will work out, and the conclusions to be drawn from their undoubted knowledge that they possess when it is applied to subjects upon which they have no certain knowledge, and which are still with them, as with those on earth, the subject of speculation, theory, and discussion. It is a mistake to suppose that in the spirit world of our own planet there is any absolute knowledge which can explain all the great mysteries of creation, the why and wherefore of our being, the existence of so much evil mixed with the good, or the nature of the soul and how it comes from God. The waves of truth are continually flowing from the great thought centers of the universe and are transmitted to earth through chains of spirit intelligences. but each spirit can only transmit such portions of truth as his or her development has enabled them to understand. And each mortal can only receive as much knowledge as his intellectual faculties are able to assimilate and comprehend. Neither spirits nor mortals can know everything, and spirits can only give you what are the teachings which their own particular schools of thought and advanced teachers give as their explanation. Beyond this they cannot go, for beyond this they do not themselves know. There is no more absolute certainty in the spirit world than on earth, and those who assert that they have the true and only explanation of these great mysteries are giving you merely what they have been taught by more advanced spirits, who, with all due deference to them, are no more entitled to speak absolutely than the most advanced teachers of some other school. I assert with knowledge, not of my own, but from another who is indeed regarded in the spirit world as a leader of the most advanced thought, that it is in no way possible to give a final answer to or explanation of subjects which are beyond the powers of any spirit of our entire solar system to solve, and still more beyond those of the spirits of our earth spheres. In these subjects and their explanations, we require a knowledge of the limits of the universe itself, which has no limits, and the nature of that supreme being, of whom no man or spirit can know the nature, save in so far as we can grasp the great truth that he is infinite spirit, limitless in all senses, unknowable and unknown. Let men and spirits then argue or explain. They can only teach you to the limits of their own knowledge, and beyond that again are limits none can reach. How can any pretend to show you the ultimate end of that which has no end, or sound the great depths of an infinite thought which has no bottom? Thought is as eternal as life and as fathomless. Spirit is infinite and all-pervading. God is in all and over and above all. Yet none know his nature, nor what manner of essence he is, save that he is in everything and everywhere. Thank you for listening to that. That's a very powerful reading, and I probably didn't do it too great a justice. But it's very stirring reading, excuse me. It's a very stirring reading for this time, because we're all looking for answers, aren't we not? We're all desperately seeking answers. But do you know what? The answers lie within. They truly do. They truly do. We're in a time now of great turmoil, great upset, great upheaval. I don't need to explain or dwell on that energy any more than need to be. But that we're looking for that help. But a lot of the time we're focused on the destination. We're looking at where we want to be. A phrase often said at this time is, when we get back to normal. I want to get back to normal. But by doing these phrases, by bringing these phrases into being with our own energy, we're creating a sort of a corridor where doors are shut to thinking other ways. You know, we're trying to get back. We're concentrating on the destination, but we're on this journey. And as pleasant or unpleasant as you're finding this journey at this time, we are on it. And we have that duty to ourselves to participate in this journey, to create our realities, to create our understandings, to create our way forward, and to learn more about ourselves than we ever have before. I know a lot of you here and out there in virtual land all experience the same things during the periods of restrictions. It was like looking at HD TV suddenly. You see the green and the blues and the colours took on a vibrancy. You could hear the birds How many people could hear the birds suddenly? Not just because of the lack of physical activity, but because our minds weren't being swamped. Previous to the restriction time, a lot of my addresses for about 6 months, and I do smile when I look back on them, were all about the etheric world and what we're putting out into the ether and the negativity that's abounding. And we were so swamped with everything, we were so busy doing, that we weren't being. We were all looking at different generations, have different demands and different disciplines, all wanting to be somebody else, all wanting to have the latest car, all wanting this want, and want. But during that time of restriction, we could actually focus more on what we need. We saw some beautiful sights, couples walking in the park, holding hands and being together, people reviewing their lives and looking for what are the blessings in our lives. The fact that we have a garden, simple thing like that. And it's just brought us back for that little time. I often say during that time of the greatest of the restrictions that we were probably closer to spirit than we have been since we were there, because our vibrations lifted and we all sent out that thought, help me. And whenever that thought goes out, it's always responded in some way or another. Some people say, well, why didn't the spirit world tell us what was going to happen? Well, in all perfect honesty, if I had stood on this platform last October and said, there's a great plague coming, and in March we're all going to be locked in our houses, I would be somewhere else now, nicely medicated. Spirit did tell us. We all had a message. In some way or another, we all had that little message. We were all put into right places. We were all put into the right frame of mind. Some of us were taken out of situations. All the way through talking to people, as you've seen with the online work the church has been doing. It's amazing, just these little things. And you see, that is the essence of when you work with spirit. It's not the great, being up here. It's the little things that register. Just seeing somebody and inherently knowing. With spiritualism, pre the restriction times, I'll be very much hand on heart, I was getting a little bit despondent because it was all about mediumship. It was all about the person on the platform bringing through those messages. I'm not decrying that by any means, because I know that messages can bring healing, not only for those here in the physical, but also for those in the spirit world as well. Messages and that communication mediumship have a great job to do. But what about the rest of the time? What about everybody else? What about all of us? We are all spirit here at this time experiencing the physical condition. And we must remember that. We must remember that. Because this is part and parcel of our life, and our life goes on forever. We have lived forever, and we shall live forever. And we are here at this expression. Paul, could you shut that door, please? And we are here to live this expression of this time of learning, of growth, and of understanding. And hand on heart, if we could turn back the time, I think every single one of us would say, yeah, I want to go back before this. But we can't. It's as simple as that. We can't. So we're here. So how do we utilize this knowledge, this understanding of spirit? There is no great bar to achieve. Your understanding, your knowledge, your thoughts, the way you interact with spirit are each personal to each and every person here today and watching online, as they are independent to the way they work with Tony and the way they work with me. But it's being receptive to that. It's being that understanding of that. You know, I brought out a few weeks ago a little thing, and I said, right, this is my world. This is my world within this world. This is my coping mechanism of the time. Everything in this world are all the things that I can affect. They are all the things that make my world what it is. They are all the things that I care for, I cherish, and I love. Everything outside of that world are the things that I cannot change. I cannot change people's opinions without causing discourse. I can't do that. So I will concentrate on my world. And that's not a selfish act. It's quite a selfless act at the end of the day. Because I'm not thinking about me, keeping it all into me. Being me, being a balanced person, being a balance between open to the influence of spirit, seeing the opportunities, and just being in tune more so with ourselves as well. That is how we're going to progress. Every great civilization, every great religion, every great movement within the world all started with one person. So never deny yourself your own power, your own link with spirit. Why are you linked to spirit? Because you are. And through that link to spirit, you are also linked to the divine within. Because without that divine spark within, you simply could not be. So we're having this time of self-reflection. There are challenges. When we open up the church, when we close down the church, I just stand there and literally could weep at times for the things that we need to do nowadays. But we do it. And the same for each and every one of you. All the effects it's having on your life. Don't see them as a challenge. See them as an opportunity. Keep your mind focused on yourselves, on your world, your own spirituality, that own touch of the divine within. But utilising that knowledge, that energy and that power to reach out and help others. And the way we can help others is myriad, absolutely myriad. And one way we can actually help others is, and I'm terrible for this, is when we're on the social media or talking to people and you see something and you feel all the hackles going up, instead of being the keyboard monkey, just go, don't do that, just don't say anything. Because again, it's outside of that sphere of influence. It's hard. Nobody's going to dress this up. It is hard at this time. But it's all for a reason. It is all part of our evolution. It is all part of our growth. Our current thoughts may disagree with that at this time, but it is there. We will grow. We will evolve. Some people will take longer than others. Some people are soon to be galloping on ahead and saying, hurrah, you know, we're into this new vibration and everything. Everyone's got their own angles, and that's fine, because again, that's outside of our little world. We can't influence that. All we can do is cause discourse and arguments and negativity. People want to be like that? Absolutely fine. Yeah, go on. As long as you don't personally try to draw me into that web, that's fine. And if so, I'll just say no thank you and pull back. But we are tried. We are tested. We used to say this a lot before the restrictions. We are tried and tested in many ways. And at this time, the entire world is being tried and tested. We are all on unfamiliar territory. But the mere fact that you're all here today shows that there is that glimmer of the divine making its presence known. Nobody had to be here today. A lot of people are still reluctant to go out, and I applaud that decision. If somebody says, I'm not going out, I say, well done, because you've made your decision and you're sticking to it, and I absolutely applaud it. But you've got this draw, you've got this yearning, and when we start yearning, spirit although, like the reading said, do not know the infinite ends of things, they know us better than we know ourselves. But they don't ask Spirit to come in and do things. Oh, Spirit, take this person away from me, I can't stand it. Oh, Spirit, please show me the way to this. Because again, you're focusing on the destination. It's the journey that you must focus on. And Spirit will give you the tools to understand why that person is being like that. Rather than just removing them, understand. And then you can move on with your own healing or whichever way you handle it. But it is about being honest with ourselves, first and foremost. You know, when we stand in front of the mirror and look ourselves in the eyes and just go, am I doing well? Am I doing right? Was that wrong? Because that one person looking back at you in the mirror is the one person that will never lie to you. So God bless you all. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you could all take something from that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Laurie. A very thoughtful reading and address, and I love listening to Laurie because he always gives me something else to think about. And I'm thinking, oops, perhaps I ought to learn to keep my mouth shut at times. But it's true, and often, again, I've always sent out this bit, why is this happening now? And that's something that is a lesson for all of us. Why is this happening now? So again, thank you for those words. Thank you very much. Right, we're now going to go into the healing. So I asked you all to... I still need support. So obviously it's a little bit different at the moment. We can't actually do hands-on healing, but our thoughts are energies, and that works just as well as being able to touch someone. So again, I ask you to obviously make sure you're sat comfortable. We'll have a short meditation as we send out our healing. So if you wish, you may sit with your eyes closed and just relax. Take note of your own breathing. Perhaps you want to take a deep breath in to start and release it slowly. And then perhaps you'd like to take a second breath in and hold it for a moment. And then slowly release. And just let your breath take its natural rhythm and just concentrate. Concentrate on that breath. Calming your body, calming your heart rate, and just putting your mind to rest. And as we sit in this state with our restful minds and our breathing calm, we remember our family, our friends, and those that we know that need healing, those that we know need support. We send out our love and our healing prayers. But also while we're here, we also remember ourselves. You are the most important, and particularly at this time of our lives. The challenges we're facing, we need that healing ourselves. Because without that healing, we can't support others. We are strong. We are love. We send it out to ourselves, and we send it out to our loved ones. So if you just send out your love, I will leave you to sit for a few moments in your own thoughts and your own prayers. And then I will call you back with the healing prayer. Divine Spirit, we thank you for this time together. We send out our energies to all those in need. We thank you for being there for us. We thank you for the love that's shown, the challenges of this daily life. And we thank you for walking and protecting us as we go through this earthly life. And I leave each one in your care. Amen. Thank you. All right. Right, pass back to Laurie for mediumship. So thank you, Laurie. And
Thank you, Tony. That was lovely. Absolutely beautiful. Good afternoon again, everybody. That's it. We can all talk now. I'm very much drawn to the gentleman, first of all. Thank you, sir. I've got a lady who's been bounding around since the beginning of the service, and I've just had to say a couple of times, please wait, because she's just so keen to come through and talk to you. I do believe that I have got a wife energy coming through. Would you understand this, please, sir? Yeah, because she loves you to the moon and back. The emotions are coming through. She's just so overjoyed to see you and to say hello. And oh gosh, do I miss you? I miss that. She said, but I'm always there. I'm always there. The name of Rose is being called out. I don't associate with this lady, but I know there's a memory link with the lady communicating of a Rose, who I believe is still on Earth here as well. But she's just so much around. Calm down, darling. She is just so much around you. Sir, would you understand something that's happened with your wallet of late? Because she's just shown an open wallet here, like it's either been misplaced or dropped or something like that. A wallet. Would you understand something that's happened recently with a wallet? It's been left. Just show me an open wallet, like it has been dropped. Right, because well, she was there. She was there. She was going. She's got a lovely way of talking to you. I'm not going to emulate the her words, but yeah, it shows that real connection, because she just said, "Well, pick it up, and I'll leave you to fill in the blank." But yeah, she is so much there. Sorry, Dan. And this is what she's making me do. She's just looking at you, admiring you, and just going, "I do miss you. I'm never more than a breath away. You know that. You talk to her every night in bed." Yeah, and she hears every word. But her emotion is coming through, and to you as well, my darling. She's stood front and centre now between the two of you, and she's got you in the tightest hug ever. Absolutely. We got a young boy on Earth as well around in the family, please. Yeah. And a little bit of concern of late with this youngster, just something going on there. No, I'm not foretelling or putting a curse on anybody, so trust me, you know. But she's just talking about this boy. What are you talking about, man? Tell me. Would you understand a Robbie being called out, or a Rob, or our name? Robin. Oh, well, Robin. I'll go with Robin. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because she just called that out, the Robbie, and I was still linking in with the younger child energy. But yes, that's absolutely wonderful. Thank you. I'm not making that fit. That does fit. I feel it fits. I know that. Why are you talking about the young lad? So just say he's got so much life. He's like bursting with it. It's like I've got all the Duracell batteries fully charged and switched on. Yeah. And she's just saying, oh, God, he's just so into everything. He's a little bit what we would call fey as well. He's quite capable of just saying something out of the blue, and you think, did that come from you? Yes, it has. Yeah, because she's saying, we see that, we see the energies. And she's loving that. She's so much around the family. I know at this time, you know, a lot of people have been doing gardening, but what are you showing me? She's just putting in chrysanthemums. Yeah, and she's just putting all those in a row because she would love that colour from nature. Absolutely adored it. Who else? And a birthday as well I want to talk about coming up soon, or if not just past.
Hers is not long past.
Right, okay, because she's just talking about the birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, she is an absolute delight, as I said, but she's so enthusiastic. When I was sat out there getting ready, she was just there, and I'd say, oh, calm down, wait your turn. But she's got a lovely energy with her as well. She is a lovely energy. And I know that when that time came to separate for this short time, that absence was hard to fill, very hard. In fact, it's still not filled. But she says, I'm there. And, oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. She's oozing my eyes. I'm there for you always. You got a hanky or a little bit of cloth, something that belongs to this lady as well? Yeah. Well, she didn't show me in the drawer, but I know there's something special, that link as well with her. Yeah. And she said, you're doing so well. She said, I'm really proud of you. Did this lady have any sort of like a military background to her as well, or something here? No? Ah, maybe somebody else stepping in. Just as she said, I'm so proud, she made me stand very upright and very strong and very proud. I think there's somebody else just coming in for over there. So, your wife is an absolute pleasure to work with. She is beautiful in every sense. And she is so much there around you. There is not a day or a minute goes past where she's not there and looking after everybody as well. Who's doing a lot of travelling or something, or there's travel coming up? Journeys? Yeah, yeah, I fully get that. But would there be somebody in the family that is driving for work? I don't want to be working in one place. I need to be sort of like travelling for something.
Well, children are travelling, going back for jobs and
Okay, yeah.
that kind of travel.
Right, because that's what she's saying. I know there's this movement going on within the family, and she's saying, no, that's all right, they're sensible, because we do worry now, don't we? But yeah, she says they're sensible, so they're quite capable of looking after themselves. Yeah, yeah. And as I'm talking to you now, again, the energy is focusing on you, and I know this lady and you had a lovely rapport. Yeah, you could talk about anything and everything, and yeah. And she said, I'm still there chattering away. She's got a cup of tea, and I've got a cup of tea. Yeah, I've got a cup. No, I've got a cup. Yeah, that's it. She said, we're still there having our chat. She said, maybe you just can't hear me. She said, but I'm listening. I'm always listening. This lady had blue eyes as well. Yeah, because I've just seen the blue flood over my eyesight here. I could actually stay with this lady for a very long time. She's so beautiful, but she's just there. Trust, all right? Trust. You're doing really well. I know you've had a few moments, as we all have, and there's nothing to be ashamed of, all right? I don't know what that means, but I hope that you understand that. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, emotion came through with that as well. A lot of emotion, but she said, I'm just so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You try away, sir. All right.
We know that many gifts from God, and love is one of the biggest gifts, but also the gift of love. And the reason I'm going to ask you this is because I lost my boy 11 weeks ago with this pandemic. We've been married 65 years. And we were just celebrating when the next couple of days she picked up this and she went. What I'm going to say about love, if it's strong enough, does love penetrate the veil that's between our two worlds?
Hugely. Spirit communicate on the energy of love. You know, they don't come here to give us a rollicking. Well, my mum does, but anyway. Oh, whenever somebody says, I've got your mother here, I think, oh, what have I done now? Yeah. But yeah, love bond never dies. It changes. It changes as we are going through the change at the moment, but it never dies. And do you know what, sir? when, not now, but when that time of reunion comes, you know, is going to be front and centre. And she's just telling me, I will make sure I'm there.
So definitely wait for me.
Oh, she's never left you. A body has. I know, and we need to mourn that. And at this time and in those conditions, all the healing is going out to you, but none of us can actually live that experience. We can't understand exactly what you're going through and gone through and will go through. But I can assure you of this, your wife is there with you. She is whole. She is well. She is full of energy. She's like, she was out there going, come on, wait. She is full of energy. She was the driver as well, this lady. She was the one that motivates. She was the one that got things going. Correct? Yeah. And she still is. Sir, love is the greatest energy of everything. And that love that this lady is bringing through for you and surrounding all of you is unbreakable. All right? Trust me. And sincerest condolences. Even though all this that we know, we're working with spirit, we need to mourn because we're human. I always say I would give it all up tomorrow for an hour back with my mum and dad. But sincerest condolences, but please be aware, please trust. The white lilies at the funeral, please. White lilies at the funeral. White roses. I just saw the white flowers coming in as an acknowledgement. Thank you. Trust. That love bond is never broken. In fact, it is now stronger because your wife is now able to get around, to be energetic and to be there. Maybe we can't hear, maybe we can't see. You feel her around.
I can't see her
No, but you feel.
now and again,
Yeah, because she just said, he feels me. He feels me around him. Trust, sir. Do you know what? Everybody here and everybody watching and everybody is sending their thoughts out. Sending their thoughts out of love, because that is the most powerful thing in the world. Love can move mountains, and that's a truism. And your wife loves you, and she will never leave your side. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Paula, I know you, but I don't know everything about you. Would you understand, please, a military link coming in here? You do? You sounded hesitant. Yeah. Okay, but no, I feel more like I'm with a male energy now. Yeah. All right, thank you very much. Yes, again, it's so difficult at the moment with how to say things, you know. I heard a medium online the other night say to somebody, they're telling me you're feeling a bit shut in. And I'm like, really? No. But I know with you, your spiritual side is sort of like, not causing you distress, but you're feeling wrong-footed on the spiritual side. You want to get going again. You want to be able to do stuff again. You want to be able to get that link going back again. Because this gentleman's talking, he's got a lovely sense of humour as he's making himself more apparent to me. And he's having a little joke with you, and he's saying, you're doing it. You're doing it every day. Okay. But you're not acknowledging that. And he wants you to acknowledge that and notice when you say those little gems, when you say those little one-liners, when you bring in that little bit of peace where the discord is. So just show me pouring oil on troubled waters here. Acknowledge that you are being helped because you set your intent to be of service through your work. You are serving others, not as in a servile way, but service, genuine service. that hand of friendship, that hand of help, that voice of hope. That's so important, your voice, he's talking. Your gift, your spiritual gifts will be made manifest in your talk, what is called everyday mediumship. This, yeah, right, and that's what it is about, it's everyday mediumship. And this goes for everybody else as well. You know, our mediumship now is not about being the evidential medium up here, it's that everyday mediumship of knowing the right thing to say, of picking up on things, and he's very strongly with you. This gentleman be of a rank, please, because I want to be holding the stick under my arm here as he's going, come on in. Really good sense of humour, very, very buoyant character who would always be joshing and messing around. When you greeted this man, it's sort of like there was not a bad energy way, but you'd always think, what's he going to do now? What now? What are you going to do now? Behave yourself. But he loves that, and he's just bringing in this buoyancy and this energy as well for you. Would you understand, please, also a little dog in spirit here, and I've got like a short-haired type dog. Yeah, because that's sat there quite happily next to you, and the old tail's giving it 10 to the dozen there as he's swagging away. Absolutely. You know what, Paul, I know you, but as I said, I don't know everything about you. Your gifts of spirit are really, really needed at this time, and you are using it. So don't be so focused on getting back to a group or whatever, because now is the time we're being put to work, and you are being worked. You've got a lot of telephone communication going on. Yeah, because stop it. Leave my arm alone. Stop it. Yeah, they're just making me aware that I'm picking up and putting down the phone all the time. But that is your spiritual work. You know, rejoice in that. What we had before and what is to come are all different things. But what we do have is the now. And the now is so important. The now is the time that you make a difference. Oh, God, they're getting very deep with you, mate. Now is the time that you make a difference, and use that. Understand your own power and accept it and acknowledge it. All right? He's just, as he's gone, he's just gone like that. All right, Gail? Like that. Lovely man. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God, time's going quick. I know. Thank you very much. You lose all sense of time when you're working with spirit. Who am I going to? Nancy. Hello. You all right, darling? As all right as you can be. Again, it's very awkward because a lot of people here today, for the benefit of those watching online, are known to me and the church. So I have to push my mind out of the way when I'm making that link. But I do know I've got a motherly energy coming in here. She's drawing my attention very much to the green light up there. On Mother's side of the family, I know you are, but on Mother's side of the family, is that where this healing vibration comes from, please? Yeah, and I'm not talking hands-on or Reiki, I'm talking healers, natural healers, that I can do similar to Paula over there through talk. Because she's just bringing in that vibration for you. I do know things within your family, but I know very much she is focused on your daughter at the moment, at this time as well. But she's actually having a sense of, don't make me feel that more, thank you. She actually feels quite pleased around your daughter now. It's sort of like the lid's been lifted a bit and the sea, it's gone from a full bubble to more like a gentle simmer.
Yes.
Yeah, because she's just saying, oh, thank goodness for that. We were all doing our best up here. We were all manoeuvring as much as we can. But at the end of the day, until somebody asks for help, you can't help them. And it took a little bit longer for that realisation to come in. And that's fine, because we all do it. Blokes, we all do it, you know, leg falls off. No, I'm fine, leave me alone. Yeah, but until we ask for that help, and this is what she's just drawing this comparison with your daughter there, because your daughter's actually taking that help now, and it's working as well. Yeah, I'm seeing a door closed symbolically. All right, fine, we'll go there. Yeah, so she is doing really well. Okay. Can't work out if this is with mother or with you, but I know I'm getting these dull headaches. It's like, it's not a sharp stabbing pain. It's like I've got a cushion inside my head, and getting thoughts and coherency together is a bit difficult. You can understand that. Thank you. Because she's saying, again, you're being told off now. So why don't you practice what you preach? She's a fabulous healer. Healer, heal thyself, I just heard. Healer, heal thyself. But yeah, she's just looking, she's stood here. Mum's got this energy about her that she would be one to observe a lot and watch and just sort of like tweak where it was necessary. You know, some mums are full on and come charging in, some disinterested, but I know Mum was just sort of like, because she's making me do this with you and watching, and I know every now and then I just want a little nudge. Yeah, you're doing all right. Yeah, a little nudge, doing all right. But a nice energy with this lady is something personal about itself. Who's got the brooch, please, that belonged to Mum? Okay, I feel this is outside of the family. I feel this went to somebody, a good friend of mine. Mum had a nice little support group around her in her later years. There were certain ladies there as well that she used to talk to. She liked a little anatta, correct? I feel this brooch actually went in within this group. And it's nothing of great value. You know, she hadn't given away Tutankhamun's jewels, so don't panic. But the emotional attachment was priceless, she's saying. And she's, I'm just so glad they got on. What are those you're showing me? Show me again. Snowdrops just being pulled up and put out for you as well, because there's a memory linked to the snowdrop time as well. But yeah, she's just saying, yeah, you're doing all right. You're doing, and I feel from this lady, if she said you're doing all right, actually that was quite a good commendation. Correct? Yeah, yeah. She said, you're doing all right, you're doing all right. Lovely. Thank you, Nancy. Have I got time for another? Are you sure? Slave driver. Oh, I can't talk away from you now, can I? Oopsie. Sister, hello. She's not my sister, just we share the same surname and we actually spell it correctly, so how wonderful is that? I know we had that little discussion the other day about different things, and that's absolutely fine. I do feel Father's energy drawing close again. Please leave my arm alone, sir. No, I do not want to be playing darts. Father, the last time I kept doing this and I couldn't stop doing it until I acknowledged he was playing darts. So I was like, all right, okay. Yeah, but serious. Dad knew when to be serious. Yeah, because he's just told me off. And that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. But he's looking at you like this now. This is exactly the pose that he's adopting with you. And I know he's waiting for you to make a move, but he's also acknowledging your inner strength. He's also looking back over your life history and going, I would never have thought it. I would never have thought all that. He's just so proud of you. He really is. What are you talking about? Would you understand a lady, please, pulling in from spirit, who would always have the red lipstick? I've got bright red lipstick. From your face, you're saying no. Okay, because it just threw me then, because one minute I'm your dad, and the next minute I've got red lipstick on. I thought, oh, okay, but I know there was, with your mother, please. Oh, okay, sorry. I've got a strength here. that actually could be my undoing as well, because I feel like I'm a bit, how do I say that nicely? A stubborn streak on mother's side. Yeah? I would, I've said that, and it's not going to change. You have to move around my statement. I'm not going to move my statement to accommodate you. Yeah? This was hence the bright red, because it was that strong character coming through. You're learning an awful lot on the other side. She really is. She really is. She said, I'm totally different. She said, I'm so different. She said, I look back and think, I can't go back and change it, but I can acknowledge. I can acknowledge. And she said, and you know what I say to you. All right, she's not quite there yet to say it, but the intent is definitely there, definitely there. But again, she is saying with you, she said, okay, she's a bit disappointed in herself because she, with her character of that time, prevented her from being a bigger part of your life story. Correct? Yeah. And she's just saying, I do regret that now. I do regret that. She said, but I look at you now and I just think, my goodness. You've got a similarity to Mum's mum. Yeah, because she's just, it's like it's skipped a generation, she's saying. There's something that's skipped a generation. She said, because I look at you and I see my mother. That was her words. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry. Don't start. But yeah, she's just talking. She said, because she looks at you and she sees her mother. So it is the physical looks. But she really is quite in awe of you. And you need to know that. And you need to let go of a few things as well. She says, yeah, let it all go. She says, if you can, wonderful. If you can't just yet, don't worry.
No, that's good, that helped.
Yeah. She said, if you can't just yet, don't worry. It will come in time. She said, but we're both here. She says, I'm back with Dad. Does that make sense? Yeah? Right, but I do feel this is more on an emotional link as well. This is like a reunion, not only in spirit, but also on earth there was a distance within the relationship at times. Right, thank you for explaining that. Yes, because this is what she said. I'm back. I know being back with Dad had more of a meaning than... Wonderful. But they are back together, and they are back together whole. And they're back together and beautiful as ever. And that love bond, as we were saying to the gentleman down here, is definitely there. Most definitely there. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you, Laurie. Thank you. Lovely service and perfect timing as always. But then he's usually in charge, so he should know. But, I mean, it's lovely to be here, both in the physical church and those online. It's so lovely just to have the energies and just to keep it going. So again, thank you, Laurie, for keeping it going. So now I'm going to ask Laurie for the closing prayer, and then have a rest, a lovely rest of the evening, I will say. So God bless.
Thank you, Tony. So once more, friends, if you can just join, just link into that stillness, that silence, that space within, that part of the divinity which resides within us all. And we give thanks. We give thanks for the help and the support. We give thanks for those loved ones for drawing close this day. We give thanks for the guides of philosophy and understanding. But most of all, we give thanks for our own presence, our own being, our own sense of now, this time, this moment, to be lived and explored. And we'd ask that the energies in which we have sat, now imbued with the love and the laughter from Spirit and from ourselves, be sent out to be used to support those dear ones who care and tend for us, in no matter which field they reside, but their giving energy is there for others to use. And we bless those dear ones from the bottom of our hearts. Amen.
Amen. Again, thank you all, and I wish you all a safe journey home, those that are here, and those that are at home, I wish you a lovely evening. God bless you all. Thank you.